spend as much money as you want in any marketing strategy, but if you don't know how to treat leads, you're never gonna get the return that you're expecting. And this is gonna help you get a better return on your marketing spend. This is not real estate, y'all, and you need to stop thinking about it that way. You're in the marketing, sales. You gotta spend money to make money. You gotta spend money to get leads, right? The answer is yes. 40 leads and under should get you a contract. PPC versus cold call. I'm gonna compare the two together. What's going on, y'all? This is Eric Cline here in my Scottsdale, Arizona office, and you know cold calling is not fucking dead. I hear too many people saying it's dead. No, maybe the phone is just too heavy for you, but to pick up a phone and make a cold call, I have made millions of dollars in my career just off of this one marketing strategy. You see the guy behind me, the Monopoly man, got the phone in his hand. There's a reason I put this picture in my office as soon as you walk out onto the floor. Because dude, the money is in the phone, the cold calling. The money is in the dial, the cold calling. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna break down why, in my opinion, in the data doesn't lie. The numbers do not lie on why in the wholesaling industry, cold calling is going to always be your number one marketing strategy, but more importantly, it's gonna give you the best return on your dollar. Because when you are marketing, what you wanna pay attention to is when you spend $1, how much are you getting back? When you spend $1 for marketing, are you getting $1 back? That doesn't seem like a good deal, right? If you spend $1, do you get $2 back? If you spend $1, can you get $7, $8, $9 back? That's what you need to pay attention to when you're looking at what marketing strategy is gonna be the best for you and your business to scale. Dude, listen, at the end of the day, if you're gonna spend $1 in marketing, you wanna get as much back as you possibly can. Now, it is gonna come down to you having a great sales process. So I don't wanna get it twisted. You can spend as much money as you want in any marketing strategy, but if you don't know how to treat leads, you're never gonna get the return that you're expecting. Period, end of story. But going to the cold calling, this is what I wanna break down to you is the actual cost of a cold caller and then what it's gonna give you in return. So if you hire one cold caller, right? One cold caller for the caller itself. They work 45 hours a week for you, Monday through Friday at $6 an hour. That's gonna come out to $1,080 for an entire month, $1,080. Now, you're gonna need data for that cold caller. 10 cents a record, 12,000 records, including the skip tracing. 12,000 records, including skip tracing, comes out to, at 10 cents a record, comes out to $1,200. Now, once you have the cold caller and you have the data, what you need is a dialer, an auto dialer. What that's gonna allow that cold caller to do is call multiple numbers at a time and be efficient with the time. So an auto dialer is gonna run you $100 a month, okay? So if we add all three of these together, what you're gonna come out to is $2,380 per month. Now, we can all agree in the wholesaling industry nationwide, the average deal size in this industry is gonna range anywhere between $15,000 to $20,000. Now, a lot of you out there are thinking, well, Eric, I'm only getting like $5,000 a deal. Well, that's because your sales process is broken and you're offering way too much money in the very beginning. Your first offer, you're just offering too much money. So when you negotiate, you're negotiating your way to only a $5,000 deal. So when you're working this data, right? Your cold caller sends you a lead. What I want you to do is every time you make a first offer, And this is gonna help you get a better return on your marketing spend. So a lot of you go into your first offer thinking, I wanna try and make $20,000 on this deal. And when you make your first offer, you put $20,000 in the offer, right? $20,000 PAT. Well, when you make that first offer, you have to expect the homeowner is gonna reject that offer. So you have nowhere to go but down, right? So you start with 20 in it, you end with 5. So how do I, over the course of years of doing this, have over a $22,000 average? I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Every time I make my first offer, I put $40,000 in the deal. 40 grand, because I know when I make that first offer, they're gonna reject it no matter what the offer is. So why not start with 40 and then negotiate your way to a $20,000 deal? So what I've done is broken these numbers down. Your marketing spend of $2,380 every single month. Because if you're in wholesaling, you need to understand you're in the lead and sales game. This is not real estate, y'all, and you need to stop thinking about it that way. You're in the marketing, sales. You gotta spend money to make money. You gotta spend money to get leads, right? The answer is yes. So, if you spend $2,380 in a single month, and on average, a cold caller is gonna get you approximately 2 leads per day. Your average work month has 21 working days, Monday through Friday. So if you're gonna get on average of 2 leads per day, your average work month has 21 days in it. You're looking at anywhere between 40 to 42 leads per month, okay? I want you to write these numbers down because I want you to think about this. So if you're getting roughly 40-ish leads per month, and if you understand how to treat the leads, you have a sales process. In most markets, there are gonna be some outliers where your lead to a contract is gonna be higher. Let's say like your Seattle, Washingtons, your California, Maricopa County is gonna be one of those. But for the most part, you're looking at 40 leads and under should get you a contract. And if you're doing an average deal size of $15,000 to $20,000, I'm gonna break down the numbers. Your return on investment, return on your marketing spend. So let's break this down. Let's say you only get a $15,000 deal, right? 15,000 divided by 2,380 is gonna give you a 6.3 return on your marketing spend. So for every dollar you spend, you get $6.30 back. Think about that for a minute. Is that a good investment? For every dollar I spend, I'm gonna get $6.30 back. The answer is yes. That is a great investment. Let's say you can get your average deal size up to $20,000. So you take $20,000, you divide it by $2,380. That's gonna give you an 8.4 return on your marketing spend. Again, let me break that down. For every dollar you spend, you get $8.40 back. For every dollar you spend, you get $8.40 back. Who in their right mind would not spend that dollar? All of you would. But again, it goes back to treating the leads with respect. Having a sales process that's gonna separate you from the competition. That's what's gonna get you into the $20,000 range. Even if it were lower than that, you're still looking at, what, maybe a minimum of 5? That's if you don't know how to treat leads, you don't know how to close, you're gonna stumble into a 5x return. It's a given. So, cold calling. This is not dead. I built my entire business. I did in 36 months. I want you to wrap your head around this for a second. In 36 months, I did $8.6 million. in virtual wholesale deals in 36 months, keeping it at an average deal size of $22,000 plus. So I even was a bigger average than the 20. I was getting a 10x return the entire time for 36 months. So a lot of people say, Eric, why don't you do PPC? Why don't you do direct mail? Why don't you do PPL? I'm gonna give you a reason why. I actually did PPC, and I'm a hell of a closer. I train absolute savages to be on the phones. I am a sales guy through and through. I treat leads with respect. Dude, I ran PPC for 36 months straight along with my cold calling. I always had those two marketing channels going. What I could never do with PPC is I could never get it over a 5x return. I actually hovered most months at a 4.75. So a lot of you are probably thinking, well, Eric, why didn't you just cut that off and go heavier on cold calling? And I could have done that. But I believe any good business owner is gonna have multiple lead sources. God forbid something were to happen to one of them. And you always want to be able to test one against the other. But I knew with PPC, if I spend $1, I'd get $4.75 back at minimum. So I was willing to keep that marketing channel going. But when it comes to building a multi-7-figure virtual wholesale operation, I relied solely, damn near, on cold calling. Here's a couple other reasons why I love this lead so much. I could be a sniper with my data. Eric, what do you mean sniper with your data? So if you're using PPC versus cold calling, I'm gonna compare the two together. So a PPC lead, you have anybody sitting at home. It could be a realtor. It could be someone messing around on the internet, just Googling and putting in fake information. It could be somebody that isn't really that serious about selling their house. They just want to see how much it's worth, right? They go on Google and say, sell my house. They're going to fill their information out. Regardless of who that is that filled that out, you have to pay for the lead because they've clicked. It's pay per click. Now, cold calling, completely different animal. Why I believe it is the most qualified lead you could possibly get sent to your CRM. If you're outsourcing your cold calling, and they are more than likely, most outsourcing companies run it remote. We're in Pakistan, right? This homeowner gets a call out of the blue from a complete stranger. They spend 3 to 5 minutes with somebody in a call center. They answer very specific questions. Do you want to sell your house? Yes. In 6 months or less? Yes. What is your motivation? Here's what it is. How soon are you looking to sell? What is the reason why you were looking to sell? Right? All these questions, and they stay on the phone with somebody that called them out of the blue. They verify bed, bath, year bill, square footage. I'm the one that actually pulled the data and sent it to the cold caller. So I know what zip code it's in. I know how much equity is in that house. Hell, I know whether or not the owner lives in it or he doesn't live in it. Owner occupied or absentee owner data. I go into the conversation with so much information, knowing every lead that comes to my CRM, I actually handpick that lead. I pick the zip code. I pick the county. I can pick the value of the home. I can put parameters around whatever I want. How are you gonna, nobody can tell me. There's not anybody that can match any other lead source up against this right here, cold calling, and show me that you're gonna get a minimum of a 6.3 return on your marketing spend. Really, really good people that can convert leads at a high level, you're gonna get a 10x return on your marketing spend. PPC, 3 to 5. PPL, PPL, pay per lead, you don't even know what kind of a lead that is. Is it a Facebook lead? Is it a cold call? Is it a PPC? They just take a bunch of leads, throw it into a pool, and you bid on something you don't even know the source of it? Come on now. So if you're getting into wholesale, whether you're just starting out or you're trying to scale a team, I highly advise you to pay attention to the numbers. What is going to give you your best return on your dollar? Is it going to be cold calling? 6 to a 10x return? Is it going to be PPC? 3 to a 5? PPL? You don't even know what kind of a lead it is? Shit, I talked to somebody yesterday that's spending $90,000 on direct mail. Do you want to know his return? A 3.75. 3.75. For every dollar he spends, he makes $3.75. I'm not going down that road. I'm going to go with something that's tried and true. I want to make sure I know where I'm calling, who I'm calling, how much equity's in the house. I want to know all of that. And more importantly, they took a call out of the blue from a cold caller, spent 3 to 5 minutes, and said, I'm willing to take another call and hear an offer. So for all of you out there that want to talk shit about cold calling, the numbers just do not lie. You can't hide from the numbers. I have nothing, I'm not trying to promote anything other than if you're just getting started out, spend your money wisely, right? Your mother told you when you were a young child, you better spend that money wisely, son. So listen to your mother. If you're gonna spend $1, get as much as you can back, please. Cold calling ain't dead, y'all. Hey, what's going on? I want to congratulate you for making it to the end. What does that mean? You're in the 1% club. No one else stuck around. You did. What I want you to do is subscribe. More importantly, comment below. That way I know exactly who you are and we can get to know one another. Every single week, by you turning your notifications on, you're not going to miss the sales training that's going to keep you in this 1% club. Comment below, subscribe. I'm going to see you in the next video. Let's continue to refuse to lose.